Hey guys, welcome back to Lunatic Astrology. I'm your astrologer, Lori Lothian, and today we're going to talk about this beautiful Aquarian new moon on February 11th that is heralding in or ushering in this incredible era that we're in with a stellium in Aquarius, many planets gathered together like a grand council or assembly that we haven't seen in the sky since 1962. And this moon is sort of the beginning and essence of this kind of new energy, especially given that the collective hasn't seen Aquarius as the conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter, initiating a conjunction of kings just in December for over 650 years. So we have a lot of focus on the Aquarian energy right now in the sky, especially more so as both Venus and as Jupiter and Saturn become visible in the sky again. Sometime probably after February 20th. So right now we're kind of, again, a drum roll please, right? This is a new moon, new beginning, new portal that's drum rolling us, building us up toward this kind of birth, the birth of Saturn and the birth of Jupiter as they've come out of the heart of the sun and are being born from the evening stars into the morning stars and have a new kind of mission from the divine for the collective as well. Mercury as well as being reborn here in Aquarius during this time. Now Venus is going to go through the heart of the sun and be reborn later in Aries in March on the 25th. But we got a lot of planets kind of being reborn in the sky at the same time. It's pretty exciting if you ask me. So I'm going to share the screen with you, but before I do, let me just sort of wax eloquently here, or lack of eloquently, on a few things. First, yes, I have purple hair. So please like, subscribe, and make comments and hit the bell for notifications if you want to see more of me and my purple hair. Let me tell you what happened. I've got to tell you the story before we get in. It's a Venus and Aquarius story. So what happened was the pandemic hit a year ago. I live in Montreal alone, and I didn't have a hairdresser in Montreal. I moved from Vancouver in winter of 2019, and lo and behold, the pandemic hits and I hadn't had my hair cut for a year already. So my hair was down to my bum almost and had no hair dye. I was growing out the gray. So that's just my natural gray you're seeing embedded with the purple. And I'm back in Vancouver, Canada, visiting a friend for 2 months. And I've been here. They have more things open. Cafes are still open. Lots of distancing masks, and hairdressers are open. And so I'm on a Venus line in astrocartography, and Venus went into Aquarius. And so I decided I was going to get my hair done a few days ago. And it was a day that Venus actually co-joined with Saturn in the sky in Aquarius, kind of sober beauty. And I had visions of me maybe getting some conservative haircut, bouffant. But anyway, but synchronicity would have it otherwise. And literally, a client had purple hair like this a couple days before my haircut. I said, I love that. I want to try that. My girlfriend said, yeah, go big or go home, go crazy, do something different. And I'm still on the fence. I'm going to the hairdresser. All I know is I'm going to get a cut and maybe some highlights. And I walk in, and it's a new hairdresser, and she's got purple hair. This is the color she has. And I'm like, I want your hair. So here's what I did. I did it. So anyway, if you want to check her out, she's amazing. This cut is really sweet. It's layers, and I've had many layers in short hair before, but this is really easy to care for. Her name is Yen Lee, and she is in Vancouver, Canada, and her salon is called Valentin. And I will put a link to her salon in the description box below, because who knows, some of you guys might be Vancouver people listening, and I really highly recommend her. She's quite affordable and very much listens to what you want. All right, that's aside. Let's go back to the story of the moon co-joining in the sky. At what degree? That's important. At the 23rd degree of the sign of Aquarius. Don't forget, there's a stellium of planets behind that degree. So behind that is Athena at 21, Mercury at 16 going retrograde until February 21st, Venus at 12 degrees, Jupiter at 12 degrees, Saturn at 6. It's crazy, guys. Now, go back and look at my last video. I talk about the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction at 12 degrees being conjunct at 13 degrees, the asteroid Ops, for opportunity, queen of heaven, wife of Saturn, a harbinger of happy endings after times of great pain, difficulty, and travail. She's a goddess of plenty. And on a conjunction of two benefics, I do feel like it's a blessed boding well at 12 degrees of Aquarius. And go listen to my video, All Signs, to find out a little bit more about where that may play out in your own life, that blessed opportunity, that plenty. Now let's go to the moon and the sun at 23 degrees, a little further up the line, Aquarius. Certainly, if you have planets, ascendant sun or moon, especially at 23 Aquarius, give or take 3 degrees, or around 23 degrees, give or take, the fixed signs as well, which are Taurus and Leo and Scorpio, you're likely to really feel the impact of this beautiful new beginning, this fresh start new moon in a new way. And like all of the fixed signs are feeling the stellium, right? Because for Leo, the stellium or assembly of planets is opposite Leo people, sun, moon, and ascendant. And it's squaring the Scorpio and Taurus, sun, moon, and ascendant people. So we're all, those fixed signs are all feeling it the most. I'm Aquarius rising. I can tell you guys, it took not just Venus in Aquarius, which is like, this is a Venus in Aquarius hair, I'm telling you that much. It took more than Venus in Aquarius to do this. It took a stellium. I'm 58 years old and now I have hair like a hippie. No, yeah, type A hippie. Really love that, you know, change in my perspective. So what does a new moon bring each of us? It's always a new beginning, right? And you want to go back roughly 6 months earlier because, of course, this is a new beginning, a new moon, a fresh portal. But you can kind of collapse all of these into sort of a rhythmic stepping stone cycle. So roughly 6 months ago, of course, it would have been a full moon in also the sign of Aquarius. So you want to, you know, kind of, oh, sorry, did I say that right? My brain is like, my brain isn't working. You want to connect this new moon. All right, sorry about that. Let me just pull up my chart and say how I want to say. Hey guys, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, so roughly 6 months ago, the full moon would have been in Aquarius. So there's always a way to look back and try to see if there's stepping stones of connection between new and full and new moon cycles. In this case, because it's a portal to something new and a fresh start and a new beginning, you know, look at where you in your own life might want to have not only a beginning of some Aquarian endeavor, which is, you know, we the people, we are one, humanitarian, inventive, technologically savvy energy, but also given that the stellium is in Aquarius, you know, this is like a chunk of your chart. So when I do the all signs, I'm going to talk about this stellium weight more than just say there's a new moon here, right? There's a huge energy, a huge weight of planets, like tipping the whole thing sideways. I was listening to a lovely astrologer today on Ksenia Moore's channel. I can't remember her name. She does tarot. And she was making a really good point about fate and destiny. And I've been pondering this a lot lately. I'll put a link to her talk below so that I can acknowledge her. And so in the description box, but she was actually noting that, and I love Ksenia Moore's channel as well. She was really noting that the way the stellium applies if you use a classic 0 Aries chart is that it's a stellium of planets on the side of the chart, the hemisphere of the chart that's about fate. So the fated hemisphere of the chart is the right half of the chart. The left is the destiny part or more agency. So there's a kind of sense that a stellium lopsidedly, you know, anchoring the chart one way, except for, you know, Mars and Taurus, really, and Uranus and Taurus, is a true sign that this is a very destined and fated time for humanity, and that the events that are unfolding have been foretold by sages of yore. You know, I was thinking today about that old thing in the Bible. You know, I think it's in the New Testament. You know, in these days, your men will dream dreams, and your old men will, you know, it's like, and your people will heal and people will have prophetic dreams and stuff like that. Well, that's happening to a lot of people. There's like mass awakenings of spiritual gifts and abilities. And at the same time, we're also seeing all kinds of crazy mass delusions with Neptune and Pisces, you know, including conspiracy theory. So we're in a very intense time of duality and polarity, and we're kind of being cracked apart. One person I love to listen to sometimes is Carolyn Miss, MYSS, Carolyn Miss, can't remember if it was Caroline or Carolyn, but she was talking about, are we being cracked in half on a recent YouTube video, and going really deeply into the archetype of this humanity cracking in half kind of thing. And I do think that something like that is happening with the world, but I feel so optimistic, maybe because I have Aquarius rising, that this stellium, even though it's about fate, it's celestially good. we're having a new moon on a day that the asteroid opts for opportunity and plenty and happy endings is joined with benefic Venus and Saturn. I mean, Venus and Jupiter in the sky, only a few degrees off of this moon. They're at 12 and the moon's at 23. And the moon is given a 13-degree orb in ancient traditions. So, I mean, Venus and Jupiter are technically within orb, really, of this blessed rare triple conjunction of ops and Venus and Jupiter at the 12.5-degree or so mark of Aquarius. So exciting. I don't know, guys, I have this really weird optimism that I didn't expect to be feeling. Okay, so I can't put my finger on it. I hope it's not delusion, but I feel, maybe it's my hair, it feels more true. I'm going to share the all signs part of the chart so we can all look at each of our signs. Is there anything else I want to say about the moon before I anchor up the Aries to the horizon? Give me a minute. Sorry, I'm always time lording fast. Sorry, I'm looking at the chart that I'm going to show you guys. So let's see, do I have the right date? Yeah. Okay. Anything else about the moon that I want to point out to you guys? Not really. It's pretty simple in a lot of ways, you know, it's not that complicated, honestly. I mean, it's sextiling the 17-degree south node and trining the 17-degree north node in Sag Gemini corridor. So it even has a kind of a harmonious afterglow. It's already connected to the sun and moon have already connected to the 17th degree. So, but it is behind them, and now it's moving into this beautiful perfected new moon. Feels good to say that. I think that's a simple story this month. So I'm going to share with you, and we're going to go through the all signs, but I'm not going to belabor this. It's going to make it about the stellium, the weight of the stellium, and what it's offering for you in your life, because this is a fresh beginning and there's a lot of cool luck invested in it. It's not just a beginning. It's got some plenty, some opportunity, ops for opportunity, some goodness after a dark time. You know, ops is Rhea, the wife of Saturn, and she saved her children from being eaten by the dad by saving Zeus, who then saved his siblings from his stomach. So we also have the saving feminine archetype, really active. Women who save the day, caring for Mother Nature again, women in power, you know, healthy women in power rising to save the day. And, you know, there are some women in power who may not be so healthy. All right, so let me pull it up so I can look at it with you. Give me a sec. Okay, so it's there, and I'm going to share. And we're going to go through all signs in a brisk and timely manner. Yeah, brisk and timely. So here we have, yay, here we have it. So I'm hoping I'm recording. I didn't pause the recording, did I? Oh, I have one of those. No, I didn't. Okay, moments. So basically, you're looking at Aries. Stellium is in your 11th house of good spirit. This is a great house for a great financial gain from your career, lucky breaks, friends as allies and benefactors, building community, being part of a community greater than yourself, or also, you know, things like the app Clubhouse, which I'm loving right now, and I'm in doing astrology stuff there. It could be social media platforms as well, especially one named Clubhouse, because to me the 11th house is the clubhouse of the zodiac. So you know, it's where we belong by choice. So a lot of you Aries are experiencing a huge amount of a boom in that 11th house. Now, this can be a great omen going forward from this moon over the next month of some opportunities with ops there to collaborate with others in community to make money, great gains from one's career. I'd certainly say wait, of course, until after at least February 20th, because then both Jupiter and Saturn will be becoming visible in the sky. It really depends on where you live, guys, latitude wise, but you know, certainly by the end of this month, both are highly visible in the sky again. Now, also, the last thing to say about a stellium that's super jam-packed in Aries 11th house, especially Aries rising, that means, of course, it's going to activate the 5th house of romantic love and your children and your inspiration and your ideas. It's going to like scintillate it, or it's going to reverb like the guitar string across the way. And so also look for activities in romantic love, inspiration, developments with your children, perhaps, and all of that kind of stuff. Usually, you know, it's like a barbell, right? The other side always, or teeter-totter, other side is influenced by the weight of one side, especially with the stellium. All right, let's keep going then and talk next, of course, about the Taurus of the world. You guys are having a career kickoff energy. Look at this stuff up in your 10th house, like, holy man. So, if you're employed or you're working in like a career in the big wide world, this is a whole new fresh start energy. This inauguration, of course, is where the whole Jupiter Saturn conjunction happened in December. So it's already got blessings for like 20 years. And now, like, this is a very great month, let's put it that way. And this, lucky ops opportunity blessing with Venus, Jupiter joining with the new beginnings of the sun and moon, just good career stuff. Pay attention to the home, the fourth house across the way. What possibly is going to happen down here that needs to be also adjusted in that teeter-totter of balance? Do you need to do something to your home, expand your home, give yourself a home office to do all this work with, pay more attention to your home life, etc.? Because all the weight is in your career chart. Don't forget, if you have kids or hubby or people at home, pets, don't forget to take care of them. All right, it could be very simple. Pay attention to the home life too. Gemini, sun, moon, and ascendant. This big whacking stellium of energy, this assembly of planets, and this blessing for 20 years, conjunction to King's energy, ninth house of higher God, truths, wisdom, God, religion, traditional things like yoga, astrology belongs there, foreign lands and travel, pilgrimages, spiritual inspiration. I said that's kind of God. A Dharma, house of purpose. If some of you Geminis have been wandering around this planet going, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what my purpose is. What am I here for? Well, I can pretty well say that I think given the Dharma, the weight in a Dharma house, the house of soul, you're going to be figuring that out pretty soon. It's not going to stay hidden. An opportunity to take a trip to a foreign land could happen even with COVID, or you might plot that trip during the next month of this moon. Pay attention in the next month to your third house, your house of siblings, and your house of your local neighborhood, and maybe opportunities for education. This would be a great time for some of you Geminis to study something and learn something. So don't think if it's not university doesn't count. Third house learning is skills-based education. Cancer, sun, moon, and ascendant. The big stellium powerhouse of gods is all hanging out in your 8th house of financial stuff. It's like banks and loans and government money and rebates and inheritances and spousal money and alimony money and money that belongs to other people, and sometimes investment money. That's a pretty active house for you guys. So there's lots of money stuff going on, percolating here during the next 30 days. Also, if you're into occult mysteries and wisdom traditions, and also this is a house of secrets, secrets could be revealed for sure. But if they do, Ops and Jupiter and Venus, as I discussed in the beginning, bring opportunity and plenty and happy endings after travail. I mean, if a secret is revealed here of any kind, it's going to be something worth getting revealed. It's going to be useful and helpful to you. Pay attention to your earnings house. So your second house is lopsided, right? Nothing going on over there because, well, there is, but like comparatively, pay attention to what you need to do regarding earnings, regarding the flow of cash, safety and security needs, the resources you need to have your good old food, shelter, and water needs met. Don't forget that stuff as well. And your voice. The second house is your voice. And sometimes voice and vocation are synonymous. So is there like some way you need to like tinker with vocation and voice during the next 30 days? Don't forget that piece of the story. Leo, sun, moon, and ascendant. This assembly of planets and this new beginning, this moon is happening over in your natal 7th house on February 11th at the 23rd degree. You would definitely benefit by paying attention to your partner or your business partner. I doubt you could avoid it with that many planets in the house of other, and really having to focus on that quality of your reality. If you have an audience, clients, it can be 7th house stuff as well, so certainly any Leos who have audiences, this is kind of like in the house of the others, it could be your collective audience. Look how busy things are. Oh my God. So yeah, new beginnings in those areas, new harmonious luck, plenty, and opportunity with clients, business partnerships, and significant other committed relationship. Now, pay attention to yourself, right? Your body, your health, your own well-being. Don't forget you, because you are not as strongly anchored as all of this energy over here. You've got to take care of yourself as well in the next 30 days, and don't get lost in the sea of the needs of clients, audience, other, marriage partner, or business partner. Virgo, sun, moon, and ascendant. This is going to encounter, you're going to encounter this in the house of work. Now, this is like your employees, if you're a boss, your colleagues at work, if you're employed, this is your daily work routines and health routines. So for some of you Virgos, it's new health routines that you're discovering with that stellium, but they're going to bring goodness, plenty, new beginnings, happiness after travail. But the same thing goes for the work story. In what ways is your work changing? You know, in ways that bring happiness to you now. And if you are also thinking about, you know, what is my purpose? You know, what do I really want to do here kind of thing? That can be activated by sixth house, like right livelihood energy. If you're a student, for instance, and it's going to be about your routines of work and also, you know, ways you do your work, you know, study guides, methodologies. And if you're employed, it could also be, or if you work at home like me, like a sixth house thing would be like getting you systems, new microphones, new headphones, better internet, that kind of thing, systems and structures and the way you make the routine of work happen. Don't forget to take care of your inner life. It's the other side, your dreams at night, your meditations, your reverie, your spiritual life that is vacant in this lopsided assembly of planets. So there is a need to attend to that side of your life. You can't just ignore it. It has to be accounted for. And certainly pay attention to your inner life and, you know, see what juice is there as well. So you don't stress out in the sixth house. You're so busy. You're so busy. What about your inner life over here and your self-undoing? You know, if you're drinking too much alcohol or smoking too much weed or whatever else you might do to undo yourself, this is going to be a month of looking more closely at that. Libra, sun, moon, and ascendant, stellium of planets hanging out in your fifth house of children, creativity, the muse, inspiration, independent business enterprise, and money luck. Speculation, money speculation. Now that weighted stellium is going to bring goodness there. It's very especially important that you're seeing Venus there as well. She does like the muse and the fifth house energies, and Venus in the fifth house is in her joy. So in a lot of ways, this is you know, a really powerful placement for you. And Venus in her joy can really activate, especially if you're born at night, a huge spark now of goodness, plenty, luck, and opportunity when you follow the thread of your joy. So you Libras are hard workers often, and you might even have, I joke, one of my Libra friends never balances that scale. She works full on, full out, and then she collapses on the other side. So there's a misunderstanding that Libra people are balanced. They strive to discover balance. So with Venus in the fifth house, pleasure, play, fun, joy, spark, that's what's called forth. And this is a new energy because it's a new moon that's with it. So what new beginnings in love, play, pleasure, joy are coming in the next 30 days for you. At the same time, and money luck, of course, too. Goddess of money and a house of money luck on the asteroid Ops, a triple conjunction. I would just run with that myself. Buy a lottery ticket, but don't break the bank. Don't forget to balance out the 11th house. You know, the fifth house is like the artist studio or the womb to me. And yeah, then the third house, it's all generative and incubative, you know, in full of spirit, inspired. But up here in the 11th, there are belongings, clubs and groups and communities that we form or are a part of. And it's out of balance with that weight. You have to remember to attend to your allies who are friends, and to attend to the gains from your 10th house career, and to attend to the belonging parts of your life. You could end up alone down here, like in some kind of mad genius stew. You got to bring it back up to the real world up here. Oh, I'm getting the really weird light now, guys. It's the end of the day. I'm in a window seat. So I look like I have a stripy face. So I can't change that. Hallelujah. Let's go. Scorpio, sun, moon, and ascendant. Stellium is in the fourth house of home. Very likely some good opportunities in the next 30 days with this new moon in the house of home, attended by the luck of Ops, Jupiter, and Venus, and just a whole power pack of people. So luck from home, opportunity from home, good things from home, ideas from home, communities from home. It's all from home. This could also be about your mom, especially, or father. As a house of family of origin, maybe spend some time with your mom in the next 30 days, or have a new connection to your mom that could be very sweet. I also would say to you, pay attention to the 10th house. This pull to the home could be coming at the expense of attending to your career in the outer world, your actions and your reputation in the outer world. So find the balance between that juicy home energy at the top of the chart. Of course, there could be literally a lucky real estate opportunity for you to buy or sell some property. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and ascendant. This is happening for you guys. Chunky stellium in your third house of siblings. Also short trips and travel, domestic for sure, not long distance, and self-expression, skills-based learning, perhaps even writing. If you want to do any travel and you're thinking, oh, it's COVID, short-term trips are good for you in this time, this next 30 days. There's something good that can happen on that journey or from that journey. Sibling issues can resolve, especially with a new beginning with a sibling, a fresh start. And you could also find that you want to learn something. Jupiter is in a learning house. So what skills-based education or shorter term studies do you want to take? You might become aware in the next 30 days of something, especially with Athena, the cosmic librarian, sitting amidst that stellium. Pay attention to your higher levels of the 9th house. Don't get caught up totally in the local 3rd house of the goddess. This is your soulful spiritual house of God. What do you believe in? What faith and ideals do you hold true? What religious spiritual guidance and mentors can serve you? Do you need to be guided spiritually? Do you want to have some mentors? Do you need to see an astrologer? 9th house is astrology, although I think the practice is a 3rd house practice technically. All right. And that's it. Oh, foreign lands. I don't think this implies going to a foreign land for you, Sagittarius, but you might start to think about planning trips to foreign lands because this empty house needs attending to, despite all the action at the local level. Capricorn, sun, moon, and ascendant. Look at the stellium in your money house. You guys are going to love this. That's a new initiation for the next 20 years. When Saturn and Jupiter initiated your 2nd house of earnings and self-possession and self-value, that happened in December. That gives you a 20-year juicy spot of the real estate in the 12 slices of the chart. And now this stellium with the new moon here is really saying what new beginnings in your financial portfolio, way of making money, way of increasing your revenue, way of using your voice and vocation for those resources is going to show up for you. So new beginnings in that area of your life with prosperity, plenty, and luck, and happy endings thanks to Jupiter, Venus, and Ops, the asteroid. So pay attention to the empty space across the way. Don't forget to do your taxes, get your bookkeeping accounted for, shuffle your 401k, maybe sell a property. If you have something to sell, you can get money from selling properties in the 8th house, but it's spousal money, inheritance money, or just tidying up your other financial stuff, the more of the back end, accrued wealth stuff. Don't ignore that as you get busy somehow in some kind of incredibly sweet hustle energy to create new revenue in your life. Aquarius, here we go. So look at us. I mean, what the heck, guys? I feel like I'm going nuts with all these planets in my 1st house. Oh, so, and for me, my ascendant is at 16 degrees, right? In the middle of that. Mercury sitting right on it right now. Holy moly. So think about the ways that you wish to redefine you. I got purple hair. What are you guys going to do, right? What ways are you going to become Aquarian? What ways is this Venus Jupiter ops bringing opportunity, plenty, reward, happy endings after a time of travail to your very character that you play, the identity, the avatar of you? My character I play is I'm an Aquarian chick. I call myself a type A hippie. It's so Aquarian to even say that. My good friend Karen McMullen gave me that term, and I really love that idea of the type A hippie. So, I was a hippie, guys. I was born in 62, but I was in the 70s with flower power and bell-bottom jeans. I felt like, yeah, I missed not being a teenager then. I was a child. I feel like I was a part of this this energy of hope and optimism. So a lot of Aquarius feel that way despite what age you are. Aquarius rising especially. So pay attention to us Aquarius. Of course, it's the new beginning, new moon in our identity. I kind of forged a new haircut. Is a haircut symbolic of something else that I don't even know? Where am I going with my new identity? Like there's a great new course I want to teach. It's going to be 8 weeks long, and it's going to be in a kind of a astrological shamanic mentorship. And, you know, that's something that just popped up just in the last 2 days. So that again, it's something to do with this new identity. Some people don't know that I'm trained by shamans around the world in Africa and Ecuador and from Peru. And I am actually initiated shaman in a tradition of the bird people of the Andes. You know, it's kind of crazy, weird stuff. But anyway, I love that I can bring that part of my identity more into the open. Maybe that's what's being called forth. We Aquariuses, we need to, sun, moon, and ascendant, do some due diligence about other people in our life, because we're going to tend to ignore our significant other, our business partners, and sometimes the seventh house is our clients and audiences. You know, like I am really busy with clients, but I can say that I'm really preoccupied with me right now. What does this character want to do in the world when she grows up again? So, you know, being diligent not to drop the ball. I did on a client recently and rescheduled them. And, you know, just don't let this part of your world, clients and audience and significant other in your life, kind of drift away from your attention, because it's a more empty space in the next month. Finally, Pisces, sun, moon, and ascendant. Guys, look at the stellium in your house of your dreams at night and past lives and your reverie and your spiritual attainment and potentially moksha or liberation from this dream of life. This is a very spiritual 20 years ahead because of the Saturn, Jupiter initiation in your 12th house. My sister is a Pisces rising, and she's going to take a 10-month shamanic apprenticeship program that so fits with this new her, that she's going to go deep into that realm. When you talk about things like shamanic journey and trance journeying and dreams at night and reverie and deep soul searching wisdom and truth, you're looking at 12th house stuff. I want a lot of you Pisces, sun, moon, and ascendants to realize that this is like the new beginning this month, the new moon of something that has to do with going deeper into the archetypal, not even the archetypal, to the transcendent self, to the you beyond this self. And you can even extract gifts from past lives, especially if you have planets in your 12th as a Pisces rising, as this next 20 years goes, you know, into gear. But this next month, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to insights from meditations, pay attention to something a spiritual guide or teacher might want to tell you, because this Jupiter, Venus, Ops blessing is coincident with a new beginning, a new moon that will take you on some journey over the next 28 days. All righty, I'm done. Don't forget, like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, check out my description box below. You can see all of my offerings that I have ongoing, including, guys, 12 60-minute videos for $39 for the year ahead forecast. This is still only February, beginning of February, and this goes all the way through to actually some of it goes into the beginning of 22. So you're going to get a year's worth of in-depth content for your rising sign, your sun, or your moon. That's why it's kind of cool to buy the whole package. You can check out your moon sign, your sun sign, your rising sign, and they're all going to matter, and you can share the same package with your family and stuff. Certainly don't dispense it widely, but certainly with your intimate crew, to buy it and share it is fine with me. All right, or you can buy just one sign for $14.95, just like your sun, moon, or ascendant. All right, guys, thanks for listening, and I will see you next. Well, whenever I do something next, which I hope is soon. Ciao, ciao. Bye.